this Facebook Live is working. Please let me know if it's not. To me, it's not very obvious here what's going on. So it looks as if I'm on. Hello, everyone. How have you been? How are you doing? And let's talk a little bit about creation and where have you cut off your own nature? So, hello, Rebecca. You see me. That's awesome. Thank you so much for letting me know because I don't see a thing here, which is always interesting. So, I was looking at the definitions of nature, and it's really so interesting. Listen to this. I'm going to read some things about you. Nature. I have here a definition from dictionary. It is the material world, especially as surrounding mankind and existing independently of human activities. The natural world as it exists without human beings or civilization. And it goes on and on and on how nature is everything but us. And I started frowning my head a little bit and I'm like, what is with this? Now look at this for a moment. Hello. Oh, Marisette is here. Hello, thank you so much for hopping on. That's awesome. So all the definitions about nature, and you can also go look around and find it for yourself. All the definitions of nature exclude us, exclude our bodies, exclude our own nature. And I started thinking about, okay, so if as we define in this reality, as we define nature without us, what is this creating for us and our bodies? Can we ever receive and be part of nature, be part of the infinite gifting and receiving that is possible? See, nature is here right now. Everything is built from natural resources, right? And our bodies are built from natural resources, cells and bacteria and viruses and parasites and all these molecules and a lot of space, more space than we can even fathom at this point, space between the molecules. And so if we exclude ourselves from nature, can we truly create what we desire to create? Can we ever receive what nature could contribute to us? Isn't that one big separation where we separate ourselves from earth and all the natural elements that are everywhere? Just think about how much water our body consists of, 70%, I think, right? Water. But if we don't see that, if we don't see ourselves and our bodies as being connected with nature, and let's just take the element of water. If we see ourselves separate from water, can we ever really receive, and can our body receive the contribution that water is and could be to the infinite extent that is possible, to the magical extent that could be possible if we did not make it about separation? This entire reality is about separation. It's like this is here and that is there. We are here and they are there, us and them. And so currently, of course, there's a lot of fighting going on also. But just think about this question for a moment. If we saw ourselves and our bodies as part of nature and earth, the cosmos and universe and the stars and the center of the planet and everything around and with the planet and through the planet, what would be possible if we, what could we also receive? Have you ever pondered that question? So I just came across this, and how much also are we even fighting our bodies? How much, I'm not saying medicine is wrong, I'm not saying doctors are wrong, not at all. But just look at this. If our, I don't know, where is actually the separation between us and nature? Is it the skin? Most probably the skin, right? Yet we are so much more beyond our, even our bodies are more beyond the skin. They found out that our fingers energetically are longer than our physical fingers, right? And then what about Fintorn, where through the engagement, the conversation, the talking, and the contributing of energy to plants, vegetables, and flowers created humongous vegetables, the most gorgeous thriving gardens, which by the way I see in my garden too. When we love the flowers, when we talk with the kohlrabi, some of you might laugh now, or the tomatoes and the potatoes or whatever you have growing in your garden, like when we engage with them and not just look at them as like that thing that is separate, but really engage with which means contributing to, gifting, and receiving, what would be possible? But if we see ourselves as separate, what is this creating? Can we ever receive? So, and how much of that is also prohibiting and keeping us from being able to create what we desire to create? Just for a moment, get that space. Hello, who is here? Oh, Kim. Hi there. That's awesome. Like this infinite gifting and receiving that could be possible, but if we see ourselves separate from nature, is that even possible? And what is this creating? Is it also creating the destruction of resources, the destruction of nature, where we don't even look like, you know, I could take some recent quotes from some political people and say, oh, if we don't look at the quality of water, if we don't analyze the quality of water, then there is no pollution. There's only pollution because we analyze it. I just like made a transfer or whatever you call this from what somebody said recently, which is really hilarious. So, but it's this ignorance and separation that creates so much havoc on the planet. And if we didn't have that point of view, so shouldn't we really change the definitions of nature, that we are part of it, that we are an element in nature, that our bodies are made from water, oxygen, minerals, elements of the planet, and also other beings, creatures like viruses, bacteria. How much have we been fighting bacteria, and it has destroyed the entire microbiome, and you can read about that online also. What if we don't fight what is living with us in our bodies, in our homes, right? If this body was part of nature, if your body was part of nature, what would that change for you, your life and living, and for the future of humanoid kind and the earth and mankind? Do you notice right now the space that, wow, that just opened up? What do you notice in your body? It's like, wow, if your body has never been considered part of nature, like what did that create for our bodies? If bodies are not part of nature, per definition, what is actually the basic point of view underneath all of that? And what if you change that for you, just for fun, and see what it creates for you? if your body is part of nature, and nature is not only surrounding you, but going through you, and you and your body going through it and being with it, part of it, being one rather than separate, what would be possible? So if you have any intensity, and I'm so grateful for you all being here. Thank you so much. That's really awesome. So if you have any intensity in your body, ask, is this the intensity that I'm noticing in my body? Is this a wall of separation that I have between my body and nature, between me and nature, between my life and nature? And see, it doesn't mean that you have to build a tree house in the jungle, which would be nice for some of us, right? So I'm not and live there. I'm not talking about that. There was a whole movement where they all started to go in the forest and went back to, like, I don't know, pre-medieval ages. That's not what I'm talking about. Yet, if you look at everything that surrounds you, like your house, everything, the chair I'm sitting on, the computer even, is made of earth elements. It's made from nature, except for my Moldavite that I'm wearing. That's maybe the only extraterrestrial thing right here. Yet everything, the silver, leather, everything is nature, right? So what if we don't separate from it? It's not that we are walking on it, in it, through it, but we are it. So if we had the point of view that we are nature, that nature is us, how would we treat resources? How would we treat the earth? How would we treat nature? How would we treat our bodies? Could that change something? Is that now already changing something for you? And there are bacteria and viruses and tiny creatures, whatever, living with us all the time. We are actually the host, and they are working for us. They are working for us. Like the vultures, they are not ugly birds or whatever point of view you have, but they have a very vital function in nature. They take care of dead animals, and so everywhere you have separated from your body and you have looked at it as a wrongness or as a fixer-upper, worse than your car. Will you please let that go? No. And also, what if nature is not a fixer-upper and we don't spray Roundup anymore, which is destroying the microbiome, which is destroying life, which in the end goes into our bodies and creates all kinds of problems? What if we don't see nature as the problem but create with it? Pretty much like in permaculture, where we observe, we receive, we engage, we ask questions. We don't build our house in the lowland where waters live. We ask, where's a good spot? Hey, where can I have my garden? Hey, garden, where do you want to be? And we create with the land, we create with nature, we create with the trees. We don't cut the trees that are the main trees that hold the energy of the land, but we respect them. We ask questions. We are part, we are stewards. And our bodies are part of everything. There is a molecular structure around us, through us, with us, that is constantly engaging. And what if we engage with it? What if it has little, or this molecular structure? Sometimes I see it like little tentacles reaching towards us, reaching. Like, have you seen the Michelangelo, right? Adam and God, like the fingers reaching. Like, what if we also reach and we start creating and allowing that connection and that oneness with it, and we melt the walls that we have in our bodies right now, and they are hurting right now, right? So all the walls that you have up in your bodies, around your bodies, through your bodies, will you please now let them go and melt them and give them up, give them to the earth, as an energy contribution. The earth will recycle all of that. Thank you. Wow. And what if you start now inviting your nature? You could ask, if I was being my true nature and I allowed that to show up, what could I create? What could I invite? What could I be? What ease would be possible? And for those of you who desire more ease in these times, ask that question. If I was being my true nature and invite more of that. Hey Earth, show me what is my nature? What is that? Show me, please. I have never learned this. I have never heard this. This is new to me. This concept, which is not a concept, but let's just for this conversation here. This is new to me, to even see my body like that. Hey body, show me what is your nature and what ease is possible. What is that engaging with nature, with my own nature? And everywhere you have been avoiding and cutting off, negating and destroying your own nature in order to fit in order to validate somebody else's reality, will you now please let that go? Thank you. Wow. Do you notice something different? Is there a different energy? What is it? How is it showing up for you? It might be different for you than for me, than for everyone else who is here right now and who will be watching this in the future. And that, ask this every day. If I was my own nature, you can also hold your body. Hey body, if we were our own nature, if I treated you body with regard, if I trusted you, if I trusted nature, if I trusted my own nature, if I trusted you body, what would be possible? What ease is possible? Do you have any questions? I don't see any more comments. So I hope this is a contribution to you all. And if you would like to dive deeper, I have it's an art and more program online starting on July 5th, and it's Bring the Pieces Together. And so it is about art. We are going to paint, and it is also more. For me, art has been such a journey into more of me and embracing more and letting go of judgments and limitations. And so what if art is actually a tool, a space, the space of creativity that will allow us to embrace more of us, find out different color combinations, which could also be for life, right? A different toast in the morning, or like a different flavor of coffee, or a different drink, maybe champagne in the morning or whatever. Do you get it, what I want to say? And I invite you to join, hop on. It starts on July 5th and it's 4 Sundays in July for 2 or 3 hours. And in between you get some home play and exercises. And what awareness is possible? What greater awareness is possible for all of us and for the planet? Imagine, it will be translated into French also. So, si tu parles français, tu peux nous joindre, s'il te plaît. Alors, tout va être traduit en français. Okay, so everything will be translated into French. It's English, French, and I invite you to hop on and be there with us in this magical studio of infinite colors, right? And what contribution can this be to your entire life and to your future and to the earth, to this beautiful, amazing planet? I adore you all. I'm so grateful you are here. Thank you so very much. And thank you for being spontaneous and hopping on impromptu. And I hope to see you soon. Bye, my friends. Have a great day. Ciao, arrivederci. Au revoir. À bientôt.